everybody, and welcome back to MPQ Mastery, where we teach you to destroy more gems. Today I thought we should actually just try to maybe do a live stream. It's been a little bit since I've done one of those, and it's taking me a little bit longer to edit my next batch of, actual content that I normally do here on the channel, but I wanted to just, hey, I'm going to log in for the day and let's just do some playing. So obviously the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead into our Daily Deadpool and go ahead and we can fight these fights while I talk to you. If you remember my list of the top 10 or the rankings of the 1-star characters, Spider-Man is definitely my favorite, and I'm able to kind of take out bad guys pretty quickly with Spider-Man, and that's a big deal for me because I hate to waste time when I'm doing my Daily Deadpools. Like, it's kind of the thing that I just need to get through for me to get to playing the game proper. But you can't not do it because it really does give you some fundamental bonuses and stuff for you to kind of grow every day. So that is something that I always try to do. I'll go ahead and use my my web shot there, which looks like it's going to go ahead and clear out the rest of the fight. So there you go. There's web shot for you because that definitely does the job. So go ahead and get some of that stuff there and get my shield resupply, 1600. My team's been slacking. I'm going to have to go check up on them. So we're going to go for our second shot, which is where you have to use 2 stars. My Hawkeye, this is my 2-star team that I just ended up talking about not too long ago in the last team-up video. Not too long ago in the last team-up video, I talked about this team. So with that said, I can't use him because my Hawkeye is not champed. So I'm not going to go into a fight like this not being champed. But I do have Magneto and Storm, and I'm just going to throw in Thor as an extra third one, just to kind of use those colors that we're possibly, we end up not using them because Hawkeye isn't there. So we'll just do some fighting here. This fight should also be over pretty quickly, just because, these are weaker fights. Let's just be honest about it. So these are the fights that you have to do every day. But I've been really, really enjoying a lot of the updates and, the changes to the last live stream that I did. The changes to Cap, I feel, are probably the harshest, actually. I remember when I was doing that live stream, I was like, oh, well, it seems like that's going to be good and it'll make them good against, 4-star, 4 matches and stuff like that. But I found that it doesn't necessarily go off the way that I was hoping it would go off. And that third power from him now ends up seemingly underutilized by the teams. So that kind of stinks in that regard. But, he still works. He's a good character still, but just not as good as he used to be. Sadly, that's just my thought on it. As far as Bishop, I have messed around with Bishop a little bit more, and he's not bad. I actually think I like him more now just because he seems a little bit more balanced. But also, same thing. That kind of happens when you end up nerfing a character, and now they do something completely different. If anybody remembers, like when they did that to Mr. Fantastic, I made a whole video about that because... hey, how dare you do that to my Mr. Fantastic? He was perfect the way he was. Don't ever change him. But also, you have to sometimes. So I'm not hating on anything. So for me, I think it's kind of important to, have those things kind of going, and you have to keep track of your game. Otherwise, your game can run away from you. As a game designer myself, I have introduced things into some of my games that then people can, they'll be like, oh man, this game's broken now. I'll be like, no, you're fine. It's fine. Let's just tweak this little thing over here and everybody will be fine. And, it's a necessary evil. It doesn't make people, very happy with what's happening, but there you go. So getting through these Daily Deadpool fights though, it's fine. We're doing it. This one seems to be taking a little bit longer than I normally like, but, we're getting through it. So we'll go ahead and use Thor now. Team attacks are really good when you're fighting these smaller fights. And Quicksilver, we'll just get rid of Quicksilver. We don't need him. So yeah, now we're done with Quicksilver, which is wonderful. That's the second fight of the Daily Deadpool. All right, so now, well, so many presents. Now we're going to do third time's the charm. We're just going to go in with the same team. I rarely change teams when I'm going through this. Now also it's not a wave. We're just going to fight it once and then we'll be done, which, I mean, let's be honest, that's what you want. Waves can be fun, but not in the Daily Deadpools. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and probably get through this one really fast. And there we go. All right, wonderful. See how fast that was? Now we're going to get into the fun one. Dat required character. Oh, it's the Indestructible Hulk. Oh, that's not too bad. I believe I am rebuilding him up. So with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and throw some of my favorites with him. I'm going to go ahead and throw Karnak and America Chavez with him, which doesn't necessarily work as good as the main event Hulk, but we'll be able to wipe these characters off pretty fast with this group. So, and honestly, you know what's interesting? I've been hearing a whole lot more talk about nerfing Karnak. People seem to be really not liking Karnak, but here's the thing about Karnak. He doesn't have a whole lot of like health. His HP is so low that most characters, like, he's pretty buff, but he is a glass tiger, is what I like to say. Him and he's kind of in the same vein as Storm, where they can do a lot of things, but also if there's an instance where they end up, jumping to the front, they can also be taken out pretty fast. So I think that is kind of the balancing factor for Karnak, but I do love him so much. I did do a whole video about how much I love Karnak, which is, you can go watch that on the channel after this one if you really want to see my thoughts on Karnak, but I dig him a lot. I think that his makeup makes a lot of sense, like his build, and he's just a really well-designed character. And I think he does have, some good things and some bad things. He's definitely not all, peachy. It's not all perfect when it comes to Karnak, but I think he's pretty good. So there's that fight, and now we have the final fight, which is this one, and I'm going to switch him out for main event Hulk. Bam. This is my team. I use this team a lot because it just works so well together in terms of just all the powers kind of going. It's very chaotic, very similar to my Jessica Jones, America Chavez, and Hulk, although in this case, with adding Karnak to the mix, now, instead of you relying on the trap tiles, you are relying more on the cascades that you can cause because of Karnak's red and blue abilities, and it's a little bit more of a focus on those the critical tiles that America Chavez makes and Hulk makes. So it becomes a little bit of a different focus once you remove Jessica Jones and add in Karnak, but same thing kind of applies. You end up with a lot of chaos just kind of happening all around the fight. Critical tiles being created, damage just being kind of thrown around left and right. I do have supports on. That's why you're seeing that the tiles are also getting fortified. That's because I don't remember which one of which one of the three has the one that does that. But yeah, I'm a big fan of using the supports to help my characters, and the fact that Karnak throws out that And the fact that Karnak throws out that projectile, like, I think that's a big deal. And I like to keep it around. So that's why I kind of make sure that he has that. So yeah, this fight's almost done. It should have actually already been done. I don't know why. I'm not getting any good colors. Oh, okay, so now it'll be done because America Chavez will take him out. That one took much longer than I thought it was going to take. That one was a wave, yes, but like usually it's over faster. I feel like I don't know, maybe because I'm also talking and playing, maybe that doesn't work. So this one is going to be an interesting one. So with this kind of balance, just looking at the characters here, I actually really enjoy these because it's a little bit of kind of an exploration of what you can do when you combine a 2, a 3, and a 4-star together, and you can kind of see, sometimes they seem like they're very random. This one seems like that they want you to focus on, oh, it's odd. I don't know what they want you to focus on. Let's focus on the abilities of Wolverine. He'll just be able to take things out, kind of quick. And we'll see. Actually, a lot of the time, I don't know why I started it that way. Usually I fight Red Hulk, I usually leave for last. He's not that, critical of an enemy. He also is very annoying if you start hitting him hard up front, because then he creates those tiles that then destroy a bunch of other tiles. And I'm just like, oh, no, thank you. So usually I try to take out everyone else and then take out Red Hulk. That's actually one list I'm thinking about doing for the channel, is I'm thinking about doing a who to take out last kind of list, because I've already done 2, which are annoying characters to take out first, but now I'm like, annoying characters to take out last, and here's why. That might be one that comes up soon. At this point, I'm having fun with some of the videos that I'm doing, and I'm working on the my tier, my listing, my ranking, I guess is the word, of all the 3-star characters. That's going to be, I think, a crazy video to do. So I'm going to go ahead and use the red here from Johnny, which did some, it did some work. These aren't great characters. I don't think that I have them built in a way to make them optimal for fighting together. I'm still trying to figure out, because a lot of the time what I've noticed is that they give you characters that they're like, these should work well together, but I'm not seeing it with these characters at this point. I'm not seeing where I'm supposed to be seeing the big connection between them. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. These characters don't synergize, which is why we're just kind of matching. We're just kind of making matches and hoping for the best. I think my characters are probably high enough level that we're going to win this anyway. But yeah, they usually do a better job of kind of selling the synergy of these kind of characters. In my opinion, at least. I mean, sometimes they do it because they're like, these characters have nothing to do with each other. So therein lies the challenge of, are you able to beat this even though these characters are completely unrelated and none of their abilities work together and, whatnot. Because obviously Iron Man, Hawkeye, and Red Hulk would be super easy if I got to just choose my characters. I'd wipe the floor with them if that was the case. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess probably what I should have done is focused on the pink and then just wailed them, just wailed them away. But I actually, I try to save up my tokens, so I don't pay for the tokens a whole lot. So I usually just use it regular. But now that I got a few powers off, that'll end up finishing them off. So yay for me. We were able to win that and beat it pretty good. So it's all good. And I got some taco points. So, and I've already done, obviously, the big extreme one here. I've already done that fight. So let's go on. The biggest addition that I love so far is Negasonic Teenage Warhead, and I have been loving her addition. That was one too, because I've been super busy lately, so I haven't been keeping up on the forums and stuff as much. So I missed the announcement that she was coming. So the first time I actually saw that she was going to be in the game was the day before when they announced it. Hey, she's coming, and you get to play with her tomorrow. And I was like, see, yeah, like this is a good one. I was super happy to see Negasonic Teenage Warhead coming in here. And because I love her as a character, I think that she was really, really fun in Deadpool. But just in general, I like her design as well. The fact that she focuses on those charged tiles. She can also deal direct damage. She can create more charge tiles. I think like the way that she's designed, she's specifically made to go really, really well with the new revamped Cap. Like I think that she's going to go really, really well with Cap. And the fact that they have me going up against Jubilee, like that's kind of an interesting one because both of these characters use um, the charge tiles to their effect. So I'm kind of interested in how this fight is going. I mean, so far I think I'm gonna win. You know, they're giving me Negasonic Teenage Warhead at this level and putting me up against Jubilee at that level. So, you know, history and experience would tell me that this is, you know, they're making this fight so that I can kind of get a taste of the character, not so that I'll lose. You know, they're going to give you, that's actually a big pro tip that I love to tell people is that, like, look, seriously, when they give you a character to use that character. Don't use your version of that character that's higher level and whatever. It's just like, don't even bother wait because you're just going to end up getting them damaged. You're just going to have to, you know, waste a healing on that. But like, just use the character that they give you because a lot of the time, that's exactly what you need to win that fight. It's not like rocket science. Like that's what you need to win it. So just use that to win it. So anyway, that's why I always do. I always use the characters that they give me to use. And it saves me on health packs. And again, it kind of teaches me the way because they'll also kind of balance the character in a certain way to let you see like, oh, well, you know, even if you want to put it like at 4 and we lost. What is that? I also wasn't getting any powers off. That is really annoying. All right, so we're gonna try that again. I don't know how that happened, but yeah. This time I'm not gonna talk. So let's see. Maybe I'm just not as good a player when I am actually talking and playing. But I've been really, really enjoying these kind of characters, and it looks like they want me to pick just a single character. I'll go in with Jessica Jones versus Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Nah, Jessica Jones. I would put my money on Jessica Jones any day, especially since she's was my very first 5-star that I ever champed. She's one of my favorites. Plus, if I hit a trap tile, like it's over. No, it was over already. That was way easier than Negasonic Teenage Warhead versus Jubilee. What is up with that? So let's go through these other 4 fights and let's just see what we end up. They want me to use the original Black Widow. What? All right, so I'm gonna use 2 5-stars with her. I hate going into fights using 2 stars, so I'm just gonna use 2 5-stars to kind of just make this go much, much quicker. And that's what I do a lot of the time, unless I'm actively trying to like try out a new team or I'm going specifically to one of my go-to teams. A lot of the time I'll just throw, you know, anytime they give me like a 2-star character, I'll be like, that's fine. I'll just throw some 5-stars behind them randomly, and the 5-stars will be strong enough to just wipe out. And it looks like this whole first tier of fights for Negasonic Teenage Warhead are pretty easy. It's just minions and kind of weaker enemies, so I don't believe that we're going to end up having any issues kind of going through this, although I said the same thing about Jubilee, so who knows. I was hoping that Jubilee was going to be much easier, and sadly, that was not the case. But, you know, I have Jessica Jones and Captain Marvel, and it's really hard to like see a scenario where like the 2 of them together against some minions isn't enough. Unless you fight those Dormammu minions, oh man, those ones with the different color eyes and stuff. They're kind of dumb. So now we have, now they want us to use Lockjaw, Negasonic Teenage Warhead. You know what? I'm still gonna go ahead and stay with Jessica Jones here. So that's kind of interesting. Oh, I see why they want that, because Lockjaw uses charge tiles. See, they're kind of hinting at this. As soon as I actually get some covers for Negasonic Teenage Warhead, I'm going to try and make up a team for her. And it might include Lockjaw, now that we're looking at it. Maybe Lockjaw and Cap. Maybe that's a good combo. I don't know. We'll have to see. So in an instance like this, if you also notice, I'm going to fight the guy who actually has agency. The Ultron droid actually can move and make moves and stuff, whereas the other two, they're more minion-y, so they don't actually make moves. So I'm definitely going to take out the one who has more agency. I'm a big fan of fighting unfair fights. So, because as soon as you get rid of him, it'll be pretty much over. But don't get it twisted. That thing in the back, what is that one called again? The mutation. That mutation is also making it harder, because I'm seeing a lot of my good matches and stuff here are kind of getting blocked by the fact that I would have to match enemy special tiles, and that thing does damage every time you match an enemy tile. So there is that as well. This is not a bad combination of bad guys to have to fight against. So yeah, see that 500 damage to Lockjaw because I matched that. So yeah, I mean, that just is what it is. Okay, so I saw those. I still don't have a match for those. So let's do some twisting around here. Maybe it'll make it so that I can match my... I'm going to do that, which will do some damage, but I think that's a trap. Oh, I thought they had switched around that black one to be a trap. See? That happens. But yeah, we're going to keep going. I mean, we're winning anyway, so it's not like it's that big of a deal. There's Lockjaw. Good job, Lockjaw. Let's see what we have here. Yellow Kamala Khan for healing. Nope, I don't need healing right now. Let's do another twist around here. Oh, I meant to switch it to fighting the mutation. In this case, I'm definitely going to get rid of the mutation next. So let's do that. So that should be pretty easy here. We're hitting stuff. We're damaging things. This game is so fun. I love this game so much. That's why I play it every day. Still on the healing. I still need a healing. So basically I need to get rid of some of these yellows, it looks like, and then I'll be able to heal. But I see some red tiles. That's kind of tricky. It's kind of tricky what to know to get rid of. I'll get rid of that because that will destroy the extra tile and whatnot. All right, well, the bite, that's going to take off some damage. That kind of sucked, but we're getting it. Good. All right, so Jessica Jones won it for us. So yeah, obviously the fights are way easier when I get to choose who I want to fight with. As soon as they give me people to fight with, they are like, oh, use Negasonic Teenage Warhead and Lockjaw. And I'm like, what? I don't ever use Lockjaw. Oh, Storm. Ah, see, Storm, that's my girl right there. You know what? As a matter of fact, I am going to switch out Jessica Jones, and I'm going to bring in somebody else who does charge tiles, who we talked about that works well with Aurora. And I am going to bring in Worthy Cap. Where's my Worthy Cap? I'm either going to bring in Worthy Cap or Jubilee, because that's my team right there. There's Worthy Cap. Let's bring in Worthy Cap, and we can kind of see him and how he'll work with this kind of setup here. So looking at this, oh man, their health is so high on this one. Oh my gosh. I am seeing here that obviously I just created a team that does not use any purple, so I'll have to keep that in mind when I'm making my matches, instead of most of my teams that I use purple. So I immediately want to go and match all the purple I can, so it becomes instinct after a while. But in this team specifically, that's not necessarily going to be that helpful. So I'm going to make some matches here. It doesn't look like they're any threat to me at the moment. So let's add on Cap here with the red, and let's destroy, I believe green is the destroy one, right? Destroy 7 tiles in that color. Yeah, let's just get rid of all the purples because I don't need them. So if you don't need them, get rid of them. That's the MPQ mastery way. So now they're starting to put tiles on the board. So now is when I should start being a little bit more worried. I'm going to use Aurora's thing that's going to destroy all the charge tiles. So let's do that. Bam, 11,000 on all of them. So that's fun. And oh, wow. So Negasonic Teenage Warhead. See what I saw in her write-up. Let's go check out her write-up here real quick. Whenever you make a yellow match, okay, so no, that's that. Whenever you match or destroy a charge tile, wow, that makes her really good with Storm then, because Storm's whole thing is destroy charge tiles. So yeah, okay, no, that makes it much, much different. That's really cool. So what I'm going to do is I was debating between using this one to add more charge tiles or coming over here, because this one I can do red and it'll change all of the team up tiles to red, which will give me a 5 at the bottom. And I think that's cool. It gives me another 5 here. We'll be able to take out that first minion there, so that's cool. Oh, another 5. Look at that. I'm freaking loving that. This is going very well. This will put more on the board, more charge tiles on the board. Let's do that again and add a little bit more. And then we'll do another 5 match. All right, so this fight definitely went in my way. There's another 5 match there with the purples. So now we will just do this, and we'll use Cap's Stunning. And you know what? I'm just going to use it twice because I have the AP to do so, and it's just going to be draining. I'm going to do this, though, and I'm going to match a couple more blacks. And then once I have a couple more blacks, I'll just use Storm's ability again, and then that should actually get rid of this guy, especially in conjunction with everything else that's happening. So let me see here. This hits, okay. This will create some more charge tiles. Not that I need it, but it will create more. And then Aurora will win it. Bam, Aurora wins it. I love this game. So I can't stop saying that. It's just so good. So now we are done. I got some shards, and now we're done with all the Negasonic Teenage Warhead fights, except for this one for the day. And there's 2 more, so it's today and tomorrow for this one. So let's see what they give us here. Only mutants can be used, so that's good. Well, I'm going to go ahead and use Professor X and Apocalypse, or that's not Apocalypse, Onslaught. And you know what? Let's use Negasonic Teenage Warhead just for fun. The next team that I'm going to be having is going to include Professor X and Onslaught, and I think that the third member of that team is the part that's going to surprise people, because I think everybody has kind of figured out that Professor X and Onslaught are really good together. But picking a good third person is the tricky part. But I have found the perfect third person, which I will not divulge here. I'm going to share that with you next time, probably. For anybody who follows multiple of my channels, you'll see that this is not me in front of a camera and whatnot, because I actually had an issue with my backup drive and I lost a lot of my info. So yeah, that's not good. And it made it, wait, which color is this going to be? Yellow and black. So it made it so that I am not, I have to recreate a lot of elements that I use in my videos. So this is pretty easy for me to do, just to record myself playing. But next time it'll be me in front of the camera again. So there you go. That was the Daily Deadpool and catching up with Negasonic Teenage Warhead. It's really, really cool. But obviously I want you to stick around while I open some of these tokens. Let's see what we end up getting. An Iron Man? All right, well, whatever. Nobody needs an Iron Man. So we have an Onslaught, and we get a Quicksilver, and a Moonstone, and a Thanos. All right, that's not too bad. We'll see if that gets us anything when we go and up those characters. There is that. And it looks like I did get some additional shards for my Hellcat, so that's pretty cool. And let's see what we have here. So we're going to open that. 500. I mean, I can always use more shards. 1,000? Okay. Kind of hoping I was going to get something better. All right, Taco Vault's not really my friend today. But Negasonic and friends. Let's see if we get the Negasonic out of here. Nope. And nope. But I am only 700 hero points away from possibly buying like a 10 shot of that. And usually when I buy those 10 shots, I get the one that I want. So let's go ahead and let's up our characters here. Let's raise her level. Let's go ahead and champ her. Bam, that's going to get us some more stuff. And apparently I have other covers, so there we go. That was pretty nice. And we got da-da-da. That got us a legendary. Very nice. And we'll up that level there. We'll get rid of this 1-star here. I did get a Heimdall too recently, but I only have one Heimdall cover, so it would be nice if I got more Heimdall covers soon. It's hard. It's hard to get these. Winter Soldier, okay. Anybody who hasn't watched also the Red Hood versus the Winter Soldier death battle, that was a really good video. I very much enjoyed it. Okay, so now it looks like we're done with all of our covers. Let's go see. Oh, we do have that additional Hellcat cover, which got us a legendary. Wow. Let's see what we could get out of that. Another Onslaught. Wonderful, especially since I use Onslaught quite a bit. The fact that I use him a lot means every time I can up any of his stuff is really, really good. Let's see how much HP. Ah, you know what? I have enough ISO. I'm just gonna go ahead and raise him. He's level 412. Oh man, he's gonna be awesome now for me. I'm very excited to use him more. Let's see who else we can raise levels for. These are all the people who I can raise levels for. Like seriously, I keep on top of my levels and everything. But it looks like I'm done with all of that. You know, unless I wanted to go buy unless I wanted a classic Legends for 20. But I think I'm gonna hold out and buy. I need one more, command point, and then I'll just buy one of the latest Legends. I'm kind of iffy on, I kind of go back and forth on which ones I like to buy, but I'm really digging Negasonic Teenage Warhead so far. Let me know about it down in the comments, whether you're enjoying it. Let me know, if you're enjoying her setup. What characters are you thinking are going to work really well with her? Obviously, Aurora is going to work really well with her because and whenever you destroy a charge tile, she's going to be amazing. Whenever I get more covers for her, I might swap her out with from Jubilee or from Cap. She might be a better choice than Cap for the team that I have for Cap, Aurora, and Jubilee. I might see how that works again as soon as I actually have more covers for her. So definitely thank you for coming to MPQ Mastery, hanging out with me, and go destroy some gems. Bye, y'all.